Hello, it's Jeanette with Amazing Paper Crafts. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm back with another video tutorial, and this is my little bitty basket that I'm going to show you how I put together. Okay, see how it has that really pretty handle on it? And look at this paper. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Well, that paper comes from a paper stack that came out in the Occasions 2017 catalog, and it's called Cupcakes and Carousels. Okay, it's got some gorgeous, gorgeous papers in here. Little grungy, little antique looking, and I love it. I absolutely love this paper. And so I decided to try to work with it to see if I can make something 3D, and this is what I came up with. And this is actually kind of styled after a die that I saw recently. It's from Mama Elephant, and it's kind of a big die with a basket that's kind of shaped like this, but it came with a lot of pieces, and I wanted to size it down for what I need. And so this is what I've come up with using some Stampin'Up products. So let me just show you how I did that. You only need a sheet of a designer series paper that measures 5 inches by 4.5 inches. 5 inches by 4.5 inches. Okay, so we are, I'm just going to show you how I cut this, because I pretty much just kind of cut an inch off and then cut it to 4.5 inches. Okay, you're not going to need this piece, but this piece here you're going to need for the handle. Okay, and we're going to put that through the die cutting machine. But for right now, let's work on the basket. It's so easy to do. I'm going to bring in my scoreboard, my Simply Scored scoring tool. Okay, and I'm going to score on the long side. You're going to score this at 3 3/4 of an inch. Okay, that's 3 3/4 of an inch, and then 3 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this and I'm going to score this at 1.5 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to score this at 3 inches. Okay, now also on the short side, I am going to make a tick mark, and I'm going to make that tick mark at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and actually I'm going to do that with my pencil. 3/4 of an inch right there, and then I'm going to turn it around and kind of make my tick mark again at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and that's kind of really all I need to do. And I'm going to put this scoreboard away. All right. Just have it underneath me here, and I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish my score lines. I'm going to use my bone folder for that. Okay, now I'm going to fold it kind of like this for now because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ruler, and with that one, with the score line that's right here and that little tick mark that I made with a pencil, I'm just going to draw a line of, you don't have to draw it really heavy, and you're going to be actually cutting this line off. And then I'm going to draw a line on this side here where that, I can't see the, I'm just going to make a little tick mark so I can see the, that score line right there. So you're just going to draw it from here to here. Okay? So basically you're making yourself a little triangle here. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Since I made my tick mark here, I'm just going to go ahead and fold it like this and do the same thing. Okay, it really doesn't matter. Now, you just got to make sure you know where your score line is for right here, that fold line there, and you want to make that pencil line from here to here. Okay, and then a pencil line from that score line. It's hard for me to see that for some reason. I think it's the paper. Paper's got a little bit of grungy in it. Okay, so now I've got those two things. Now I'm going to just take my scissors out. And as I have it folded, I'm going to go ahead and cut through all 3 pieces of paper here. Okay, and it's okay that the pencil line's still there because you could erase that later. All right, now let me fold it the other way so I can see my pencil line here and do the same thing. I'm cutting up and making this triangle. Okay, and cutting from here. Now, if you're brave and you don't want the pencil lines, then you could probably just do this with some big scissors and just cut straight across. Okay, and that's what you need to do. All right, now let's get out. You can do this with your Project Life corner rounder. I'm going to use this 1/2-inch corner rounder, and I'm going to go and put it all the way in. Oops, let me do it on the other side so I can see what I'm doing. I'm putting it all the way in until it stops, and I want to make sure that it's parallel with that fold line right here. This is my score line here, and this is the edge, and I am just going to go ahead and make sure that it's centered, and I'm going to go ahead and pop it. Now, sometimes it'll pop through like that and leave you with these little tick marks. Not to worry. You're just going to round those off with your scissors. Easy peasy, just like that. Okay, and do the same thing on the other side. All the way in. Try to center it. Okay. And then make it a little bit neat by rounding those tips off, okay? All right. And now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to just mark where you're going to put your holes, because you're going to end up using a brad, any brad that you want, any brad that you like, and brads can be found at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and any kind of craft store where they have those kinds of things. Now, depending on the size of your brad, if you the brad that I used on this one, I used a 1/8-inch hole punch for that. But if you're going to use a tinier brad, use a 1/16 hole. So I'm still going to use that 1/8-inch hole. Let me find my 1/8-inch hole punch over here, and I am going to just go ahead and punch this. Oops. Where I mark the hole, I kind of just eyeball the center here. And I'm going through all 3 pieces of paper here, all 3 layers. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it this way and do the same thing where I marked it. Okay, all right. And now, before you put it all together, this is what you're going to end up with. Okay, and before you put it all together, you're going to take your die to make your handle, and this is from the Flourish Thinlit dies collection here. See all these pretty dies here, and you're going to use this die from the collection. Now I'm going to just go ahead and take this with this 1-inch strip. You could probably get away with a little bit narrow strip, but 1-inch strip, and I'm going to take it to my Big Shot and cut it out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what I cut out, and I'm going to go ahead and use my die brush on here to get all the pieces out. Okay, and this is what I've got. Isn't that pretty? Pretty design. I love this die. Put it away so I don't lose it. All right, let's get this out of the way. And now we're ready to put it together, and you just need 2 brads, and these are the brads that I'm going to be using. I think I got these at Michael's. Michael's carries the Recollection brads, but you can pretty much use any size brad you want, any style you want, and what I think I will use are the copper ones. I like these little copper ones that are in here. Okay, so I'm going to take those 2 brads. Got dies on my mind. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 brad. Oh, actually, let's put this together. It's going to go together like this. Okay, that's how I'm going to put it together. And then I'm going to place my my handle right there where all the holes are together in sync. And then I'm going to put my die through it, and then I'm going to put my brad through it, and then I'm going to just open it up so that it stays there. And then do the same on the other side. Okay, we got this going on the front here. Match up all your holes that you made. Okay, bring this over, match it up with that one hole, that one opening, the first, You'll see what you'll see. You'll have a little bit of a butterfly on the bottom here when you put this thing together. Okay, and that's it. That's all that's to it. Now you can decorate this any way you want. Put anything that you want inside of it. Isn't that cute? And that was so easy and so fast. That's what I like about this little project. It was real fast and easy to do, and it's very pretty too. And you can use this for all kinds of occasions. For these, I'm using these as party favors. So whatever you want to do with them. I hope that I taught you something, and I hope that you'll make these little baskets, these little mini treat baskets. And if you need any of the tools and supplies that I use in this video, you know where to go. www.geamazingpapercrafts.stampinup.net. And I'd be happy to be your demonstrator if you don't already have one. But once again, I'm Jeanette with Geamazing Paper Crafts, and you make it a great day. Bye-bye.